Today is all about fantasy football punishments. Now, if you're not familiar with this, maybe you're not into sports, or maybe you're into sports, but you don't know about this perverse underbelly that goes on beneath sports where men try to frame humiliation rituals as a game. They'll download these apps and they'll draft pretend teams, So let's say they watch a season of football. In this case, they draft players and they play amongst each other with made-up teams with players on different teams, and they earn points based on the performance of those teams, yada, yada, yada. The rules are kind of irrelevant because every year men participate in this, and they come up with some, verbose or crazy punishment if you end up losing this league. Punishments that the normal person would go, I'm just not going to do this. I have to get what tattooed on me? I got to go what and do where? I got to go to a local pub and drink all day as a punishment? Nah, I think I'm just not going to do it. That's what most normal people would do. But young guys, there's something about this thrill, putting it all on the line. And while they may fear it, because, guys, when they play fantasy football, they'll give you this kind of, soft pretend like, oh man, if I lose, I guess I'm going to have to go to the local dive bar and drink from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. Every shot I take knocks off 3 seconds. Lock me up, throw away the key, Or, oh God, if I lose my fantasy league, I'm going to have to walk around with a digital chastity belt and all my boys can electric shock my penis whenever they so choose, stuff like that. And they pretend like they're afraid, or it's really, something that is weighing on their mind. That's why they have to play this fantasy football. But I think it's all one big excuse to not only play the fantasy football, but to get their cock latched at the end of a 12-week little run of alcohol, chips, and beer. So a lot of words to say. We're going to look at some TikToks of these punishments. They don't really need explaining, but they do need viewing. And so why wait any further? Let's just get into it. If I had to rate this as a punishment, I don't think this was even a punishment at all. I think you guys, as far as your league is concerned, you're playing softball. Ooh, you got to do a cringe, boy, whatever, man. You put this out there, and this gets what? How many? 22,000 likes. What is that as far as a digital footprint? Is that even scratching the surface? I think you could show this to someone in 5 years, and they go, respect, man. You locked in. I don't think you can get that much humiliation from this. So, this league you guys are playing in, I think you got to step it up. I think the punishment next year should be you actually have to film yourself eating your girlfriend's poop. Okay? You guys want to be, you want to be juvenile and hee-hee-ha-ha about it, or are you going to step up and be men? You're a real man. Eat your girlfriend's poo-poo. Do you really like sports if you're not eating your girlfriend's poo-poo? That's what they'll say on, I don't know, somewhere. A place where you would imagine people saying stuff like that. Just picture it for a second. Time out. We don't have to go any further. Just imagine where they would say stuff like that. Yeah, you're not a real man if you're not eating your girlfriend's poo-poo. Where are they saying that? Coworker stuff. That's where you're hearing that. Now, before this one plays, let's just start on this opening frame. Fantasy football punishment, 9 of 9. This, I have to respect the commitment. I like this. When the leagues put together a series of punishments, that's how you know these guys are freaks. This is a league where they will have Bluetooth underwear and they will walk around like a bachelorette party in some public place and they'll be like, hey, do you want to vibrate my boy's nuts? That's what this is.
Story time about how I lost fantasy football. So basically, I drafted C.J. Stroud first overall. Terrible choice on my end. And yeah, that was just the draft part. So the season started out pretty good. I actually thought I had a...
This is a good example of, I guess you could say, locking in. When you lock in and you commit, there's actually no punishment at all. I think that is the kind of the silver lining to all this. None of this ends up really being a punishment when you look at it, because look how many likes this has. And even me, you know, I don't do makeup often, but I kind of feel like I'm sitting down here with the girls and I'm learning something.
I actually thought I had a good chance of winning it all, actually, because, I had Debo Samuel, but then he got hurt and I started to lose a lot. So basically, I thought, I still have a chance of winning it all. But I didn't. We thought my buddy Will was going to lose, and then we all got eliminated from playoffs, and then I lost the last game and came in last.
I have to wonder if you looked anything up. This punishment is, I don't know, it's not really a punishment if you're good at it. So I'm wondering where he got these skills, because from what I'm seeing, this guy knows how to beat face. This guy can self-beat face unhindered. Honestly, I can't tell if he's opening this up for like the first time and he's a natural, or if he's done this many times and he threw this in the in the list of punishments as a free gimme. You know, people were like, that's so cringe, you got to do that. And he's like, no, it's not. Look at this. Face beat. Anyways, I don't think that's that bad. I'm fine to print this and archive this as a digital footprint. I think that deserves to be honored, really. What? Is the punishment that you got to act this out? 6 out of 30 is hysterical. 30 days. This is self-flagellation. This is cult stuff. 30 days of punishment. This is pretty cringe. I'm glad you thought you got away with this for just 300 likes, but now, granted, no one can run to go like this right now, but we will remember this, brother. The fact that you had a whole account. Excuse me, you had a whole account. That's not an OnlyFans thing. Sanchez fantasy punishment. Nice, man. I like the sound effect too. Is this how a Blumpkin sounds? I guess if it's, you eat enough oatmeal. That's graphic. My apologies. I don't think this is that, it's not that cringe. I just think visually it's a bit like, what? You're struggling to understand what's going on. If you were actually getting a Blumpkin, I would think there was real risk here, but acting it out, it ain't that bad. Okay, so at this point we've seen, 1 of 9, 6 of 30. This is impressive. $365 of 365. Impressive. Only 4,500 followers. That's tough, man. I would have thought you would have got more. This is something Mr. Beast would do. I took this man and I locked him in a box. He's going to do 365 days of fantasy football punishment because he lost in my league. What are some of these other ones?
Now from the top, make it drop. That's some wet
this
ass
one looks
pussy.
like it hurts.
Now get a bucket and a mop. That's some wet ass pussy. I'm talking WAP. WAP.
Dude's
WAP.
built. I'll give
That's
him
some
that.
wet-ass
It's just
pussy.
these motions seem brutal, man.
Macaroni in a pot. That's some wet ass
My lower
pussy.
back
Huh.
hurt looking at you do that. I'm happy for you that TikTok is gone. This is tough, but I respect that you showed up to every single punishment in athleisure. That let me know you were ready to get busy. I'll throw this to anyone developing a fantasy football league with punishments. I think you got to up the ante so much that's how you grain away the shame. There's no shame if if you just push. If it turns to a story of perseverance, you can escape the shame. In most cases, I wouldn't say all.
What the flip is that? Did you fart? Oh, I know. Grilled chicken. No? Oh, fried chicken. No? Oh, orange chicken from Panda Express. Got it. Should have known. I'll keep this for later, though.
I don't really have a problem with the punishment. I have a problem with the character. A guy who can sniff farts and know farts by smell and taste. I'm not believing that it's going to take him 3 tries. It's kind of like that guy recently who on Twitch, they gave him a bunch of cheeseburgers from different fast food places, and he was able to tell them by feel and weight. I think someone who can sniff farts and sniff out meals, I don't believe they'd have such a lack of accuracy. 0 for 3 from the field for a guy that can sniff out chicken in a fart. I'm not buying it. So this wasn't so much shameful, buddy. I think I just would have liked to see you really engage the character more. You know, if I had any critique for this one, I think I would have gone less with guessing the chicken type. I think I would have sold it a little bit more with, you know, let me give you my version of that. Ready? What are you doing? Hold on. What are you doing? Hold on, shush. I can get a feel of it the deeper it goes into my palms. Get a feel of what? Just hold on. It's definitely chicken. What? Orange chicken? Panda Express? Oh my god, yeah. How'd you know that? It's my favorite. Why don't you give me another one and I'll save it for later. That was dumb as hell. Send me out to the gulag for that one. Shoot me in the back of the fucking head. Honestly, so far, these don't feel that bad. They probably feel bad to film in the moment. But you know, and maybe my opinion can't be trusted, right? I've done some very stupid stuff and hit upload. So maybe I'm the wrong guy to ask.
Oh! Ow! 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 Oh! Huh.
This one's tough. 10 seconds in, this one's tough.
Wait a second. Why am I so hairy? Now that I think about it, it's a full moon tonight. So, does that mean I'm a werewolf? Oh!
That one's tough.
Hey! Oh! Oh, shoot!
That's the first one with any degree of shame and secondhand embarrassment I felt. And it wasn't much. It was just a little prick. It was a little like, ugh. I need some real risk here. Now, guys, while I can appreciate the effort and the commitment to some of this, I don't feel like there's a ton of shame in doing all these. A lot of these, they feel a little bit ironic. I think you can get a lot of cool points for this. So I'm looking for some real pain. I need to see some stuff happen in the real world. Now this, my friends, is what I like to see. Some real freak behavior. It's funny with music, walking that off in silence around regular people that don't give a shit must feel really bad. That must feel horrendous, dude. There's a guy stuck in a latex balloon right now getting piss ran down his throat looking at this being like, oh my god, what I would give to be in that cage. It would have been really funny if they just slapped that cranberry through the grill. Just they should have waffle stomped that cranberry through. Is that what that is? The cornstarch. What is that even? This must have been therapeutic. They must hate this guy. You could tell that there's like tension here. The wet ketchup bottle, that is disdain. He probably came away from this knowing who his real friends were in this group, just based on the amount of disgustingness in their item. He was looking at that guy with the cranberry can, like, hey man, what the hell? I thought we were boys. He's like, nah, we ain't that tight. I'm hitting you with this and cornstarch, kid. This is a good punishment. Now I'm chuckling. Oh my. Oh my god, bro. What a rich kid punishment. What a rich kid punishment. Yeah, we'll all go out there with our Titmans and we'll fucking light you up. Also, what the hell is this? This CS paintball map that they got. Where, dude, paintball players and airsoft players, their hobby brings them to like some of the most insane set design. These guys are doing fucking going out on a Saturday afternoon to Fallujah. They're killing each other with paint. It's just crazy. I don't know. If you're fast on the feet, this one ain't so bad. I say that now. I've never been chased 9-on-1 for paintballs.
He had to go on a date with a blow-up doll for losing fantasy football. Then we told his wife he was cheating.
Okay, yeah, now this hurts. This is uncomfortable. This is super uncomfortable. I don't know, if you're sitting across laughing at it, you're kind of giving it away. It would have been way better if they sat like 3 tables away with like a 50x zoom camcorder.
And of course it was his birthday.
This is good. I like this. Oh yeah, shame meter. Can we get one? 7, 8 out of 10, something like that. Yeah, that's rough. And he loved every second of it, little horn dog. No, JK. Not JK, you probably did like it. Now this one, forcing your buddy to do a naked calendar shoot. This feels motivated. This feels like rolling the dice. Oh, dude, what if loser had to do a naked calendar shoot? That one's pretty humiliating. That one sucks. You can always pull that out in front of people. Like, hey, you know he did a photo shoot. I think that's funnier. I think that's the funnier part about it, is you can always pull out that calendar and never tell a stranger the motivation for the calendar. You whip it out at a party and go, yeah, he's into like printing his own calendars. He sends us these every year. He's like, no, that was a fantasy football punishment. It's like, it wasn't. He likes doing this. This was like the first year I pulled the trigger. We were just trying to be supportive. We think it's kind of weird, but it's his thing.
When the fantasy football punishment is taking the SAT.
That's wholesome. That's definitely some Impractical Jokers shit, but that is actually really funny. Damn, forcing an adult to sit in a room for 8 hours doing standardized testing. All those kids must have been looking at him crazy. Like, the hell are you doing in here, man? He's like, hey, figured, you know, it's time to get to it. Time to get serious. 1650 or bust. I don't. Yeah, now the shame is hitting. This one's rough. This brings me so much joy. It's just so good. It's so funny. He had to go through 8 weeks of this shit, and I bet the girls were real nice to him too. Yo, they got him like what, like middle? He's not that bad. They're supporting Joe. If they're putting him like second line, third line, that's supportive. They didn't put him all the way at the back. They didn't try to hide him. They're like, you know, Joe's okay. He's got some amount of rhythm. They put him near the front. You got to be happy about that. That's kind of funny. You go in to get humiliated, and you're like, turns out I can shake my ass.
Last place fantasy football punishment.
Now this, friends, is what I'm looking for. Oh my God, man. Oh my God. I would have loved to see what type of work this guy does. You got to walk in as an accountant with this shit. There's no way you could have a regular corporate job with this, because if you do, man, the respect level goes through the roof. Honestly, the Avatar haircut isn't that bad from the rear and the side. It's so when you get to the front, it's like, ooh. That's tough. All in all, I'm going to say a lot of those not that humiliating, maybe just a little cringe. And I don't even feel that badly for a lot of you guys because I know what you're going to do next year. You're going to up the ante, and whether or not TikTok exists, you're going to find a way to keep doing this stuff. So keep on keeping on. If you're a fantasy football person, by all means, continue these rituals. This is part of our American culture, somehow making the sport about ourselves. I'll see you all next time. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.